Good evening, everyone. So we're going to discuss today the impact of COVID-19 on career opportunities abroad. We are doing this webinar specifically for the students who are seeking job opportunities abroad post completion of their courses. So a lot of students have changed their plans, are still indecisive about going outside, and are considering some secondary options. So this is just to bring more clarity about what exactly is going on, which jobs are most impacted because of the corona situation, and which jobs are actually not impacted and the companies are still hiring within those opportunities. So we'll be discussing about that. And today within the webinar, we are being joined by Avance Financials, Avance Education Loan Services. Avance is one of the leading education loan provider, which has been helping a lot of our students. In fact, first student from our institute, Yuvraj Sharma, I remember his story that he was not able to secure his education loan from any of the banks because his family did not have any collateral, any income to show. And that was the time that Avance came for his rescue. And this student was able to take good amount of loan for his higher education. So despite not having any resources, he was able to complete his dream, achieve his dream, just because of Avance Financial Services. So from Avance, we have two gentlemen who will be joining us today. First is Imtiaz Dodamani sir, who is Vice President and National Sales Head from Avance. He'll be talking about how you can plan your education financially for your study abroad related courses. And second is Anand Gujarati sir, who is Assistant Vice President at Avance Financials. So I welcome you, sir, for this webinar. We'll shortly talk about first 20-25 minutes. We'll be discussing about what has been the impact of COVID-19 on the career opportunities, and then I'll give it to you further to talk about how these loans can help these students to complete, to go for their courses, right? So I hope everybody is able to hear me. If you have any queries in between, you can just type those messages in the chat box, and between the session, I'll take those questions. So I hope all of you are able to see the screen which I have shared with you, the impact of COVID-19 on career opportunities abroad. So this is what currently the impact of COVID-19 looks like within the job sector. So we have actually charted out all the things, like all these sectors which are on high risk, some are on low risk, some are on medium risk, and some are on very high risk. So these are the sectors which have been impacted because of the corona situation. So if you can see that the high risk sectors are basically personal service workers, like food preparation, restaurant, hospitality, where one-on-one interaction is must, where social proximity is one of the things that is part of business. The saloon services, restaurant services, where proximity is really close when you have to work. So those are all high risk sectors. The second is, these are very high risk. Then high risk is legal and social professionals, agriculture laborers, street service workers. This is the second most impacted job. And low or no risk jobs are ICT professionals, ICT technicians, researchers, and engineers. So who basically come in the category of ICT professionals? That is information and communication technology services, which entails software services, web development, business analytics, data science, computer science, broadcasting services like Netflix is there, HBO is there, all media agencies. These, they come under low or no risk professions. Then the some risk professions are science and engineering technicians, office professionals, office clerks, teaching professionals. These are on some risk. So let's define it by job itself. These are sectors. Let's see what kind of jobs are being most impacted because of COVID in these countries. So this is what we have come to know as far as our research goes. Jobs that are worst impacted are aviation right now, because people are actually avoiding traveling outside. A lot of countries have put restrictions for their visas and traveling. So aviation industry is one of the worst hit because of this. The second being obviously hospitality and tourism, where people do not want to, right now nobody is interested in leisure services. People do not want to go outside for their holidays. So this is second sector where again proximity, social closeness is required in order to have that experience. So again, it is the second impacted field. Departments, all the departmental stores, because the stress has right now been on the online purchasing. Everybody is going on Amazon and other online services to buy the products. So people are avoiding going to the departmental stores. So all the people who are employed in these industries, they are worst impacted right now. And performing arts, fitness centers, these are few examples of worst hit jobs. Let's talk about the jobs that have least impact because of the coronavirus situation. So one of them being ICT services, which we just discussed, which has IT, software, broadcasting, media, telecommunication. So all these are necessary services which people can have from any remote location also, right? The telecommunication, all your 4G, 5G, any network which you're using, that will always be there. Even with the coronavirus situation, your internet is working. So all the broadcasting media services, they are at place, their jobs are secure, their employees are still working. Same goes with the IT and software sector also, because a lot of flexibility is there. You might be hearing that Facebook and Google, they have allowed their employees for the next 2 3 years, they can work from home. You're not required to be present physically, which has opened a lot of opportunities for outsiders. Even if you're sitting in India, you can apply for any jobs that were earlier open to just people who were living in America, Canada, UK. You can apply for those jobs sitting within India also. So remote working is possible. So all the ICT services, they are not impacted because of COVID, not as much compared to the other ones which we were talking about. Then energy and power sector is still working, except for the oil and refinery companies, which again are going through some turmoil, economic turmoil right now. But energy and power sector in general, the utility services that you are taking, electricity, all those are still functional. Their employees are safe and secure, and those sectors still have good job opportunities. All the engineering services, whether it is civil engineering, mechanical engineering, automobile engineering, all these sectors, they still have their jobs secured and they are not going for firing right now. Construction management, supply chain management, finance and accounting. So all of these jobs in which proximity is not required, social closeness is not required in order to conduct your work responsibilities. In these sectors, jobs have not been impacted. In fact, more flexibility has come right now. You can work from any of the locations. You can do your work remotely. So this is one of the benefits. uh, Vanchika is asking, can you biotechnology and pharmacy is Vanchika, although I forgot to mention those fields, but looking at the current scenario, biotech and pharmacy, these are the fields which are thriving right now because all the research and development that is going on. You might have heard that Oxford recently received 100 crore funding to conduct a research for vaccine of coronavirus. So similarly, all the major universities which are into pharmacy, which are into drug development, all the research related work, they are getting huge amount of endowment and funding to find the cure. So epidemiology, biotechnology, pharmacy, all these sectors, they have good amount of jobs available right now. And because of this situation, actually more research is going on, right? Let's talk about the next thing, which is, so these are high risk level jobs which we have categorized, very high and high, which we were talking about earlier. So the question is, do we really go for these jobs as an international student? If we go to UK, Australia, Canada, US, any of these countries, are we actually looking to get employed in any of these opportunities? We don't go for the food services jobs, although for part-time, a lot of students, they get employed in these kind of sectors. We do work with McDonald's, Subway, those kind of fast food chains. But as a full-time employee, we rarely get recruited in those kind of jobs, right? We are not looking for those opportunities. So agriculture, horticulture, cultural industries like arts and entertainment, care workers, sales workers. These are kind of occupations in which we actually are not looking forward to get employed. Even not just because of coronavirus situation, even if you go before that, all the international students who have been going so far, 60-70% of them get into these STEM skills jobs. STEM skills are basically science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So most of them, they get recruited in those kind of job roles. The 30%, they get into the other sectors, but again, we do not go for these kind of jobs, right? Until unless you weren't aiming for tourism and hospitality, right? I don't think your jobs would be coming in very high risk or high risk jobs. Let's talk about the kind of jobs that we have been looking for, in which students who go for their courses, they try to get employed in these kind of jobs, which is finance, insurance, real estate services, supply chain management, construction, manufacturing industries, mining, professional and scientific research work. legal professionals, right? ICT technicians, ICT professionals, accounting, finance people. So all of these jobs are in the low risk and very low risk. So if you're aiming for any of these job opportunities, if it's in technology, if it's in accounting, research work, manufacturing, so again, within your job, the risk is actually low compared to the other jobs that I have mentioned in the previous slide. Coming to the next thing, what will be the good courses to go for in such a situation? So again, it makes sense to plan your courses wisely, to think about the programs that can fetch you good job opportunities. So right now there has been a momentary hiccup within all the countries. Hiring has been freeze, but still I can hear it from some of our students who were successfully able to get jobs even in such a difficult situation. Whether it was about technology, manufacturing, automobile sector, civil and construction engineering work, students have been getting their offers consistently even in such a situation. But if you make right choices, it becomes easy to get good job opportunities over there. So what are the good courses that you should be aiming for in such a situation? So as I previously mentioned, if your choices are within STEM and techno management program, and trust me, the thing which we are mentioning is just from the job point of view, it's not for the learning. If your sole aim is to learn something good from there and you want to come back to your respective country, then this actually doesn't matter. You can go for any course choices which is aligned with your passion and interest. You can go for that. But if you would like to have a safe and secure career choices, in that case, go for STEM and techno management programs. You still would get good opportunities in that sector. So what all courses are coming in that? First being computer science, good opportunities available. Still hiring is there. A lot of companies actually have increased their hiring. Like Zoom being a technology platform in which we are doing the whole webinar, they've actually increased their hiring. The other such platforms, they have increased their hiring. So a lot of technology companies, they have actually increased their hiring because more and more work is getting digitized and it is coming online. All the companies, they are giving the option of work from home opportunity, because of which computer science, software engineering, cyber security, all of these fields, they've gained more precedence now. They've become more relevant now because people are working from home, they're using internet. So cyber security is must. So all these jobs, they're getting more prevalence right now. Business analytics and data science, the fields which actually emerged few years back. You would be surprised when students are going to school, there are certain kind of jobs which were actually not developed when you were in school education. You completed your education until that time. Same is true about analytics and data science. When you guys were in school or when I was in school, that was long time back. In fact, when I was in college also, these jobs did not come into the market. So these jobs are actually emerging and they are thriving. So all the opportunities that you're getting prepared for, maybe they are right now not available in the market, but in coming time, you'll see that your skills can be utilized in certain other areas also. So data is one of those skills which I think will actually be required in your resume in any workplace. So it makes sense to get into any of data science or business analytics courses. And the good part about these courses is that you do not need any background to learn them. Unlike computer science, where a coding background is required, software engineering, you need to have some familiarity of coding. Within analytics and data science, you'll find that a lot of people who did not have their background could go learn and they were able to get good jobs. So that's one place that's one of the courses that you can look at. You can also shift your job roles. Earlier, students who were aiming for courses like human resource management, which again requires you to be there in contact with other people, the recruitment process which was being done physically, again you were required to be there. There has been a different segment which has come with an HR also. Human resource analytics has come, which is merging data within field of human resource in order to identify what kind of employees will potentially be retained in the company, what employees are on the verge of leaving the company. So this is again a new field which has recently emerged. So you can use your analytics and data science knowledge within human resource also. So if you were going for the management related jobs, it makes more sense to get into the analytics or data science part of it, the technology part of your job. Again, with all the businesses going online right now, digital marketing and marketing analytics, these jobs, they'll be in great demand. All the social media marketing that is going on, every business is trying to come up with their websites, with their online process to conduct their business. So again, digital marketing will become more relevant, will be in demand. UI UX design, somebody who wants to who has a creative orientation, who likes to design stuff, it's a good field for you to go. Again, UI UX is about how you're, like, we are using Zoom as a medium, so various tabs and options and design that you can see on your screen, that is all designed by somebody who was a UX designer, who has designed this user interface. So this is a good field to go for somebody who is creatively more inclined and who wants to, who was earlier into Photoshop and designing aspect. They can explore this field also, UI UX designing. Mechanical and automation. So there has been some slowdown within the mechanical engineering field. Car manufacturing industries were worst hit because of the COVID situation. People stopped buying cars as there was no need for transportation within that situation. But what they recently did was, all mechanical companies like Ford and General Motors specifically, they've shifted their focus from cars to other things as well. Like, they've shifted their focus to medical devices also, the ventilators, which hospitals are requiring right now. So Ford and GM, instead of producing cars, they are using their raw material, manpower, and all the manufacturing setup to create hospital equipments right now. So they are in the process of transitioning and creating more products within their brand. So similarly, mechanical and automation is not restricted to only automobile. It's a huge sector. So you can shift your focus from car and manufacturing industries to the other manufacturing, the medical technology device companies also. So robotics and mechatronics, they are again in demand because of automation and all these things. They'll again be in demand. Civil and construction workers are required, right? Supply chain, logistic, these courses you can go for, because supply chain has gained more relevance, not just with coronavirus situation. Even before that, you might have heard about US trade war with China, in which a lot of US companies, they were planning to stop their outsourcing to Chinese companies, right? And because of that, they were looking to shift their focus, or they were shifting their manufacturing industries into different countries, or maybe they were trying to bring it to their home countries. So in that, again, supply chain mechanism comes into picture, because this is how the supply chain guys are the one who decide what kind of manufacturing can be done at what place, at what price, and how we can create a supply chain that will be very efficient in production and can also save money for the industry. So this has gained more relevance right now because of all the situation. Not just US, other countries also. Because of this whole situation, they've started relocating their manufacturing uh, facilities to other countries from China. So again, supply chain has gained more relevance because of that. Talking about all the desk jobs which were there, the computer interacting jobs like finance, quantitative finance, risk management has come into picture, right? So all these jobs are again relevant right now. They still have hiring going on. Health informatics, clinical research. Avni is asking about biomedical. Within biomedical, what specifically are you talking about, Avni? Like, biomedical engineering is also there. Health informatics is also part of biomedical. So which part of biomedical are you talking about, Avni? Was anything which is related with biomedical engineering also, or health informatics, they actually have good job opportunities within that. Biomedical engineering bilkul hai Avni, because all the ventilators, medical instruments which are required to sustain patients in the hospital, to take care of them, that has again gained a lot of relevance. People are looking for more efficient technologies, more efficient equipments, instruments in biomedical, with which patient care can be done in a better way, right? इंडिया में अभी आपने देखा होगा कि इंडिया ने बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स के, मेडिकल डिवाइसेस के ऑल्टरनेटिव्स बनाना चालू किया है. महिंद्रा एंड महिंद्रा is one of those companies. They have actually started making a lot of medical instruments because of this COVID situation, because India was finding it difficult and as well as expensive to take all these products from different countries, from the outside countries. So import काफी ज़्यादा हो रहा था और वो costly भी था. Because of that, insourcing has started, in which they are actually developing all these instruments within the country. So all design aspect, everything, research and development is going in our country itself. So biomedical again has huge opportunity. So public health, immunology, epidemiology, all these fields, they again have gained good relevance because of coronavirus situation. So these all are the courses which you can aim for, and they have no dearth of opportunities, whether it is Canada, US, UK, whatever countries you are aiming for. If you're going into STEM skill sector or techno management sector, then you'll have ample opportunities if you're aiming for these courses. And Some of the participants who have joined our session today, a lot of them are recent graduates also. The people who have actually completed their master's coursework from US and are finding it difficult to get jobs. Even for these students, there are few things which I would like to share, that what they can actually do in order to increase their job chances. So first thing is to actually look for jobs where remote working is possible. Those are mostly technology companies which are actually giving the freedom and flexibility to their employees to work remotely. So if you're aiming for those kind of jobs where remote working is possible, it's very easy to get those opportunities provided you fit the job description and you crack your interview. So it's easy to get jobs for remote working. Second thing is to be flexible when it comes to looking for roles, which means that maybe you went for your master's in mechanical engineering with the idea that I'll work with only car manufacturing companies. But because if that sector is not performing good right now, you can utilize your skill set in designing, whatever you have learned in your mechanical engineering, same can actually be transferred into a different role or different kind of industry. As I previously mentioned, that some of the manufacturing companies, the car manufacturing companies have shifted their focus from car manufacturing to medical device manufacturing. Similarly, you can utilize your skills in a different role where maybe it's not aligned with engines and car manufacturing, but it could be something else. It could be medical device, it could be other things or other instruments which are actually required in industry, which are considered as essential things. So your skills can be used in some other roles. You have to be flexible about it. You have to be proactive and aggressive in using your LinkedIn and the referral networking mediums. COVID has actually made this like it has emphasized on this fact more, that if you have strong referrals, that actually works in this kind of situation. The people who have got strong referrals from their friends or other networks, they were actually able to crack jobs. All these students that I was talking about a while before, when I spoke to them that even in such situation, why, how it was possible for you to get jobs when the other people are finding it challenging. So again, the answer was that they had strong referrals from somebody. So obviously those strong referrals did not happen in a day. They were there from quite some time, from 2 years back, 1 year back, and they started building good network of professionals over there, which has helped them to get strong referrals for these work opportunities. The fourth thing is to have a strong resume and cover letter, but with versions. With versions का मतलब ये होता है कि हर जॉब के लिए आपका resume change हो सकता है और ये करना चाहिए. This is one of the strategies which we were taught in our MBA program, that for different kind of job roles, you have to go through the functions. What kind of job function is there? And within those job function and description, the keywords are mentioned. You have to put special emphasis on those keywords. If your job within finance is actually putting more emphasis on financial modeling, on few areas of finance, maybe on equity research, so you have to ensure that within your resume, it's all about equity research. It is all about financial modeling. So you'll have to tweak your resume in such a way that it is customized for that kind of job role. It should be fitting that job role. Same goes with the cover letter. I've seen a lot of students, what they do is that they use their same version of resume and cover letters for every kind of jobs, which shouldn't be the case. Job wise, you have to change your resume. You'll have to modify certain information which will suit that opportunity. And that's how employers will shortlist you for the interviews. Same goes for the cover letter also. Cover letter has to be very personalized. It is very similar to your statement of purpose, where you are actually communicating yourself why you will be a good fit for the coursework. Similarly, with your cover letters, you are actually communicating because company, the recruiter hasn't met you yet. So the only opportunity for you to communicate yourself is through your cover letters and resume. So ensure that you have created a customized and very personalized version of those resume and cover letters which suits the job roles. So this is one advice I strongly would like to give you all. And the last thing is to look for sector and companies that are actively hiring. So as I said, even in such a situation, there are companies which have actually increased their hiring, which are Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, pharmaceutical companies like GSK, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is a bank, Unilever, Siemens, Medtronics, which is a medical device company, Zoom. All of these companies, they have actually increased their hiring within COVID situation because they require more people to complete their work or whatever their projections are. For that they need more people. So these are few things I would like to suggest to the students who have recently graduated and are finding hard to get jobs. Umang is saying, you said biotech is booming at the moment in relation. How can one apply for remote jobs in that sector, as going there for work is not possible at the moment? Within biotechnology, if you're looking for research specific jobs, Umang, then it could be the thing which you're mentioning can be a constraint, because for research related roles, proximity is required. You need to be in the labs, you need to be in that research facility where all equipments and facilities are there, infrastructure is there. So in that case, it could be problematic. But if I try to see the IT side of it, within biotech, there are jobs like data analysis. I'm just typing that in the chat box. Clinical trials. These are few IT side in which job opportunities are open for remote positions also. Within biotech also, if you go for data analysis, clinical trials, in this more of IT work is required, where you have patient data, and based on that patient data, you have to actually generate a report. So this work can be done remotely. You do not need to be in close proximity or in that research facility. But obviously, if you would like to go in the core biotech research area, in that the proximity is required, in that remote positions might not be available. Coming to Pratham, I had done some research which is out of the domain of the company that I'm preparing for. So should I add this research work in my resume or not? So you're saying that it doesn't fit the job role, Pratham? The research which you have done, it's not related to that job role. I think if it's not related, then it's better to utilize, because see, resume within US, they are very strict about it. They ask you to develop just one page resume. So within one page, it becomes difficult to accommodate all those things. So it's better that you utilize that space for more relevant things, something which you have done related to their current projects, current work for which they are recruiting you. For example, the company is taking you for a certain, it's a data science. I've done on quantum computing and I'm applying for data science jobs. Sandeep, would you like to take this question? Pratham is asking that he has done a research on quantum computing and he wants to apply for data science job. So should he mention that thing in his resume?
You could, Pratham, you could mention that, because again, it is a part of research. So the kind of positive vibe or positive note which it will leave is that you are good for research, that you are good in research. So in that sense, it will give a positive uptick to your resume. But having said that, say if you have 4 papers, out of the one is in quantum computing, the other 3 are say in machine learning and data science, and you have, since sir said, Pankaj sir said that you only have to have a 1-page resume. So in that case, you might have to leave out that particular thing, right? Otherwise, space permitting, or if you want to show that, it will certainly give them a positive impression about you. Does that answer your question, Pratham? Okay, good.
So try to like highlight, Pratham, within your resume and within job description. Try to highlight this thing, that why you'll be good fit for your data science roles. Any good projects within your background, any online courses you have taken, anything which you have completed in your masters. Try to highlight that part, that how you'll be good in the data science roles. And if you think your skills are missing within that area, your course did not cover those things sufficiently, then now is the time to take up some online courses and do those things like EDX, Harvard, and MIT. They are actually offering good courses on data science. So you might want to explore those courses. Try to have that within your resume. That will actually help. So these are the few things that I wanted to share with you all, and we are open for the questions. If you would like to ask any questions related to your coursework, jobs, anything, we have tried to cover majority part of it. Yash is asking, construction sector do not have any deficiency in hiring. Low risk, but because COVID situation, if the economy goes down, won't it affect the construction sector also? Like indirectly, less number of projects will come to execute. So yes, if you are talking about the manufacturing, see, construction has a lot of things in which residential and commercial sector, they actually make the majority part of construction. Yash is asking that because of COVID situation, will the construction jobs get impacted? So a lot of things are already in pipeline, and see, population is booming and population is one of the cause which leads construction. कंस्ट्रक्शन क्यों ज्यादा हो रहा है, उसका कॉज पॉपुलेशन है, तो पॉपुलेशन तो कोविड के कारण नहीं रुक रही है. population is going with same acceleration, same speed and momentum, right? Yes. So obviously more housing, more infrastructure, more facilities are required. हाँ, कंस्ट्रक्शन में किस तरह की चीजों पे हॉल्ट हो सकता है? हॉस्पिटैलिटी, होटल, टूरिज्म, जो इनको फैसिलिटीज चाहिए रहती थी, इनके इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर या इनके प्रोजेक्ट्स पे स्टॉप आ सकता है फॉर फ्यू इयर्स, मे बी 2-3 years, इनके प्रोजेक्ट्स हॉल्ट हो सकते हैं. But I don't think residential and commercial projects would get impacted because obviously you need space. All the population that is coming, transportation, you cannot stop transportation, right? Supply chain, transportation, they'll be part of it. So this will be ongoing. So infrastructure projects आपके रुकेंगे नहीं. And to just quote few students who have recently graduated from their civil engineering or construction management courses from US, they were saying obviously it was difficult to get jobs, but it wasn't impossible. They were able to secure jobs even in such a situation when companies have actually, they freeze their hiring, but still they were able to get jobs. Vanchika, bioinformatics, if you'd like to do in Canada, there are actually few universities that are offering this coursework. You're asking about, see, just by doing the coursework, if you're thinking that you'll be valued in your home country, so again, you'll actually struggle a lot to get jobs, and the struggle would be same, which is there for any masters or graduate students who are finding jobs within India. So our advice is that if you have done your course from outside, just take 2-3 years of experience. Based on that experience and global exposure, you'll be able to get jobs, but not just on basis of your master's coursework in Canada. So within bioinformatics also, bioinformatics is again a field which includes statistics and technology specifically, and in the areas of genetics and genomes. They study genetics and genomes using the data and study to make more informed decision. So it is field very similar to data analytics. It's just the data part is being used in understanding the genetic data, right? All the cancer research, gene research, which is going on, it has huge amount of data, and that research is being done in India also. In fact, if you know, TCS and Infosys, two giant IT companies, they have actually taken a lot of outsourcing work for Canadian and US companies, in which bioinformatics work is also there. So, the outsourced work, mein, they can recruit you easily if you come with some experience. If you straight away come with your coursework, it would be hard to find jobs. But spend some time in that country to learn more about your field, to apply your knowledge in the practical world, and that's how you'll help yourself in finding jobs over here. Anything else you guys would like to know about the anything related to jobs and courses over there? So good part which I mentioned earlier, that your sectors are not worst affected. The kind of courses and job opportunities Indians or Indian students are looking for, those sectors, because we do not get into the departmental stores, we do not work there, we do not work in the food chains. So all these sectors, they weren't impacted as much. The other sectors in which we plan to go, the engineering, technology, data, communication. So all those sectors, they are still thriving. They still have good opportunities coming up. Mansi is asking which course should we prefer, pharmaceutics or pharmacology. So what is your interest, Mansi? Like, do you want to get into the research areas? So if your interest is solely on the research, then I think should be going for pharmaceutics. It allows you more room and space for your research related opportunities. Mm. Kushagra is asking that I've heard that H1B has created problems. So Kushag, the thing which was coming was that Trump has actually stopped giving H1B to the जो लोग यूएस के बाहर की टेरिटरी से एच वन बी के लिए अप्लाई करते थे, उनके लिए ही हैज एक्चुअली स्टॉप द एच वन बी प्रोसेस, नॉट फॉर दी स्टूडेंट्स हु आर ग्रेजुएटिंग फ्रॉम देयर इकोनॉमी. सो एच वन बी का जो प्रोसेस उन्होंने नेक्स्ट 6 months के लिए रोका है, विच इज टिल 31st of December फॉर दिस ईयर, दे हैव एक्चुअली स्टॉप गिविंग एच वन बी to the people who were applying for H1B from outside US. So those are mostly TCS and Infosys employees. who are actually targeting, who go on on-site opportunity for their clients. For them, things have become difficult. Not for the ones who will be going, who have actually graduated and whose companies are ready to sponsor their work visa. For them, things are allowed. If you see the term, he has used the term outside US. जो उनका फाइनल डिसीजन है वो आउटसाइड यूएस से जो H1B सीख कर रहे हैं उन पे स्टॉप किया हुआ है. So again, your OPT is not affected because of that. Your H1B chances are not impacted. In fact, I think you'll have better chance of getting selected because you might be knowing that H1B is a lottery-based process in which all TCS and Infosys employees were competing with you guys also for the lottery. The lottery, आपको पता होगा कि 85,000 का cap होता है. Just 85,000 people can get H1B, in which all of these people are participating. So they were actually a competition. If they have been stopped from taking part in the process, that actually increases your chance of getting the H1B visa. So Niharika, best universities for data science, business analytics are University of Texas, Austin is good university, Columbia University, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign is good for that. University of Southern California is really good. MIT has a very good data science program. So all of these are big names in data science, which you can target. Yashvi, economics major, they again have good opportunities. Again, if you would like to get into the risk management or risk assessment side, that's where a lot of people from economics background they are going for. So risk management or risk assessment में again economics majors के लोगों को बहुत recruit किया जाता है because they understand the projections. In fact, जो data science और analytics जिसके बारे में हम लोग इतना बात करते हैं, they all actually have emerged from economic side only. एक economist का काम basically क्या होता है? He studies charts, data in order to make good predictions about employment, about inflation, right? And how things can be adjusted. Similarly, a data science professional is doing all those things using some technological tools. Like economics major wala student will implement regression analysis, correlation analysis to identify the patterns, right? To make a prediction. Similarly, data wale bhi jitne students hain, they are utilizing data in order to make good prediction about something. So again, within economics also, job opportunities are there, provided you try to get into the STEM courses, Yashvi, because not all economics major courses are STEM. If you are actually aiming for US universities, STEM is your key. Try to get into, just a moment. अगर आप STEM economics major courses में जा रहे हो यशवी, so lot of these economics courses they've started offering analytics also within their majors and concentration. तो आप economics में analytics को पढ़ने की कोशिश करो, and that's how you can actually prepare yourself for good job opportunities. Darshit is asking all 20 batches differing to 21, so will there be sufficient admits for 21 batch? So Darshit, we asked this question to few of the university professors and admission committee people. They are saying that we'll be creating more room and space for the incoming students. So even if there is backlog of past students who have deferred their admits, they'll be creating more classes, room and space for the new batch that would be coming. So as far as we know about it, they'll be creating more room and space. Even if they have to include more classes, more professors, they'll be doing it. This is what we know, right? Ayushi is asking, can you please tell scope of pharmacology in Canada and pharmaceutics? So Ayushi, Canada is again a big hub for pharmaceutical firms. In fact, a lot of firms which are leading COVID research right now, the vaccine के लिए जो रिसर्च कर रही हैं उसमें काफ़ी सारी कंपनीज कनाडा की हैं, तो देयर इज एक्चुअली ह्यूज स्कोप फॉर दैट. अगर आप कनाडा टारगेट कर रहे हो तो वहाँ पे फार्मा सेक्टर में हायरिंग भी है. इनफैक्ट फार्मास्यूटिकल सेक्टर कनाडा के अंदर शॉर्ट स्किल कैटेगरी में आता है. हर कंट्री अपनी एक शॉर्ट स्किल कैटेगरी बताती है. शॉर्ट स्किल कैटेगरी का मतलब ये होता है कि कौन से स्किल्स उनकी कंट्री में शॉर्टेज में चलते हैं. फार्मा इज वन ऑफ दोज sectors in which Canada is actually running short on resources. They want more people to come into that sector. So you can always target it. Pujita is asking which are the best universities for supply chain management. So MIT being one of them, where this year we have a student who has received his admit from MIT supply chain management, Pujita. So that's one university. Other being University of Michigan Ann Arbor, which has a very good supply chain management course. Michigan State University has a good supply chain management course. These are few universities which are actually good. Case Western Reserve University, Arizona State University, University of Texas at Dallas. All these are good universities in US for supply chain management. If you're talking about Canada, then University of British Columbia has a good supply chain management program. It is a research centric program, but still good course to consider if you're aiming for Canadian universities. Umar is asking courses to consider for UI and UX. Does it come in STEM? Umar, बिल्कुल STEM coursework है and design के ढेरों courses हैं US universities में. Canada में भी हैं, but उतने ज़्यादा options available नहीं हैं. But if you're targeting UK and US, you have lot of good courses on designing. आपके designing के बहुत अच्छे programs हैं and they all come in STEM category, so you can target them. तो अगर creative bent है और सीखना चाहते हो, तो again this is one field which doesn't require you to have background. इसमें भी ऐसा नहीं, इसमें कोडिंग इन्वॉल्व है, पर वो इस तरह की कोडिंग नहीं है जो आप सीख नहीं सकते हैं. इनफैक्ट आई नो स्टूडेंट्स हु डिड देयर बीपी एंड बीकॉम एंड दे वर लेटर ऑन रिक्रूटेड फॉर यूआई एंड यूएक्स जॉब्स. बायोटेक के लिए बेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटीज एक तो जॉर्जिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी है वंशिका, विच यू कैन लुक फॉर. इंडियाना यूनिवर्सिटी Bloomington, as well as their Purdue campus, they have good research opportunities for this. University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign has it. Drexel has a very good biotech program. So all of these universities you can aim for, Vanchika, for biotechnology. प्रथम F1 वीजा बिल्कुल अफेक्ट नहीं हुए हैं अभी तक. F1 वीजा यानी F1 वीजा किस सेंस में आप कह रहे हो कि अफेक्टेड है? अभी F1 का तो प्रोसेस ही इस साल चालू नहीं हुआ है फॉर स्टूडेंट्स. Kunal is asking, will taking a semester break for ongoing graduate students is a good idea if they don't want study online? बिल्कुल कुणाल ले सकते हो, पर इस ब्रेक को खाली मत रखना कुणाल. Keep yourself occupied with something. You can take a break, but equip yourself with other online courses. Try to upgrade your skills in certain area, especially within your field. See what demands are coming. अभी भी job postings तो आपकी field में आपको दिख रही होंगी on various websites and platform. Try to see which skills are in demand. And when you're taking that break for a semester, try to equip yourself with those skills by taking up online courses. अब भले ही ब्रेक लो, पर वो सेमेस्टर को खाली मत जाने देना. उस सेमेस्टर में आप कुछ स्किल्स अपग्रेड करने वाला काम करो. If you're getting some kind of internship or research opportunities, again go for that, Kunal. Utsav, it's not about certificates. Utsav is asking what kind of certificates I should be taking to make my profile good. So Utsav, more than certificates, worry about your learning aspect. What exactly you will take out from those courses, that is far more important. So just do not chase your certificates. Anything which you want to genuinely learn and you want to upgrade your skills on that, or you want to reflect that thing on your resume, try to go for it. सिर्फ सर्टिफिकेट्स पे मत जाओ. बहुत सारे ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज हैं जो सर्टिफिकेट्स नहीं भी मिले आपको तो आपको लर्न कर लेना चाहिए. इनफैक्ट लॉट ऑफ दीज Coursera, Udemy, within these platforms you'll find that free courses are available in which you do not get certificates, but then courses you can always learn. So learning को ज़्यादा chase करना, क्योंकि at the end of the day when you're sitting on interview table, it's not certificates that will speak for you, it's your knowledge and skill in that area that will do the needful, right? यश इज आस्किंग, सो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में यश स्पेसिफिकली कोर्स वर्क नहीं होता है. बहुत ही कम यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं जो एमएसएन एआई प्रोवाइड करते हैं. लाइक सीएमयू वाज वन ऑफ द पायनियर यूनिवर्सिटीज, कार्नेगी मेलन यूनिवर्सिटी, that actually started a course on artificial intelligence. Most of the universities, they give it under their broader term, which is computer science. So you can see all the CS ranking of the universities. कंप्यूटर साइंस रैंकिंग पे जितनी यूनिवर्सिटीज टॉप पे चलती हैं उनका एआई प्रोग्राम भी या एआई स्पेशलाइजेशन भी काफी अच्छा रहता है. सो कैलिफोर्निया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, MIT being one of them, UC Berkeley being one of them. So all of Georgia Institute of Technology always comes in the top 5 computer science program. So again, all of them, they have specialization courses within computer science related to artificial intelligence. So any university which is good on their computer science will surely have a wonderful research program on AI or specialization on AI. सो स्टेम मेजर पे उत्सव F1 का कोई प्रॉब्लम हुआ नहीं है. अभी भी सबको स्टेम एक्सटेंशन मिलता है यूएस में. जितने भी लोग स्टेम कोर्सेज में जाते हैं, दे डू गेट 3 years ऑफ एक्सटेंशन एंड नथिंग हैज चेंज्ड अबाउट इट. अभी तक कोई चेंज उस पर नहीं आया है. इनफैक्ट आप लोग H1B पे भी कोई चेंज नहीं आया है. इट इज जस्ट फॉर द आउटसाइडर्स. यशवी, particular country, continent for further studies. So see, actually most of these students, the first aspect you should be looking at is the learning aspect. what learning opportunities you would be getting from there, and within whatever area you have chosen, try to see if that country is doing well on that or not. For example, artificial intelligence, if I want to learn, and if I choose my country as Italy or Spain, it doesn't make sense. Why? Although they have good universities over there, but within AI, I haven't seen Italy or Spain coming up, right? It is always US, it's always other countries, it's always Canada. So all these are the countries which are running ahead in race when it comes to these electric vehicles, electronic cars, electrical cars, all the driverless cars. Again, I see US, Canada, Germany, all these countries, they've actually gained more prevalence right now. So I'll be aiming for these countries. So the first thing to talk about is when you're deciding upon coursework, see which country has upper hand in that when it comes to scope of your course in terms of learning, research, and all that. The second factor to consider is your employability after that, right? Because all the investment that most of us are making, we want to take out that investment. Once we have done that, we would like to make good returns out of it. So employability is a second factor which you'll be looking at. So just see the past students who have gone in those countries for your course, were they able to get good employment opportunities, or did they have to return, right? Some students, they willingly return, but I'm talking about the students who were looking for jobs but couldn't find jobs over there. So you should be seeing that as your second criteria. So I think these are two things which you should be looking at: learning aspect, and second is employability. Mm, Yash is saying that he got admits from UIUC MSIM and UConn MSBPN program. I want to go uh, procure management roles in the long run. So which university should I choose? Procure management roles in the sense, थोड़ा सा define करना चाहोगे यश, क्या रहते हैं procure management roles? Is it procure or
हाँ procure के लिए ना management roles चाहिए.
you want to, अच्छा, you want to secure management related jobs, that's what you're saying, right? So in that sense, I think UIUC MSIM program is designed in a better way, because UConn has more of analytics courses, right? It is more yes. सो यूआईयूसी का जो कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर जितना हम लोगों ने स्टडी किया है यश, उसमें फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी ज़्यादा है, प्लस जो कोर्स ऑफरिंग्स है वो सिर्फ एनालिटिक्स अलाइन नहीं है, उसमें आप बहुत कुछ मैनेजमेंट और इससे रिलेटेड कोर्स भी निकाल सकते हो. एंड यूकॉन इज मोर ऑन दी एनालिटिक्स साइड. यूकॉन के मेजोरिटी कोर्सेज अगर आप देखोगे तो एनालिटिक्स पे ज़्यादा अलाइंड है. तो अगर ब्रॉडर मैनेजमेंट रोल्स पे जाना चाहते हो तो वी थिंक यूआईयूसी एमएसआईएम प्रोग्राम इज बेटर. Somebody who is more interested in learning core analytics, for them UConn program is better. Rohan is asking how big of an impact does certified courses have on our college application if I have an average CGPA? Rohan, not substantially, but it actually shows your interest. See, what happens is when you guys start writing in your SOP, like somebody was asking what are good universities for AI, artificial intelligence. He wants to apply for all the good universities which have AI as a specialization. When he wants to write his SOP and he wants to emphasize on the fact that he is very much interested in AI, but he hasn't done a single project on that. He hasn't done any research within that area. For him, it becomes difficult to communicate what prompted him to choose this field, right? If you have done these courses, you have something substantial in your SOP to write about. That because I did so and so course on Coursera, or I attended this workshop, I attended so and so professor's online course. That's where I realized that my skills would be better suited in AI related areas. So at least it gives some weight in your profile. So obviously adding it on resume, I'm not sure how much it is going to be helpful, but on your SOP, it substantially puts some weight. It doesn't look vague कि आप सिर्फ हवा में बोल रहे हो, ऐसा नहीं लगेगा. आपकी लर्निंग कहीं से तो आ रही है, ये एक रिफ्लेक्शन आ जाता है रोहन. So that's why doing all those online courses eventually, learning wise they help, and for college application also in terms of your SOP it is going to be helpful. Vanchika, most of the Canadian universities, they do not require GRE except for few. If you are aiming for top universities and their engineering programs, and especially in computer science area, then do take your GRE examination. If your chosen coursework is computer science, then do take your GRE for Canadian universities. For other engineering fields, for other courses, most of them, they do not require GRE scores. Avni is asking, is it true that H1B, your salary must be more than $30K? which might be the case Avni, but इससे कम सैलरी मिलती भी नहीं है. इनफैक्ट द लोवेस्ट बेंचमार्क विच आई हैव सीन, एकदम जो सबसे लोवेस्ट मार्क होता है सैलरीज का, वो 50K है. 50K से नीचे मैंने अवनी किसी को नहीं सुना है गेटिंग रिक्रूटेड एंड नॉट गेटिंग इवन पेड $50,000. $3,000 मंथली तो वहाँ ऑड जॉब्स करके भी लोग कमा लेते हैं. ऑड जॉब्स है एनी स्मॉल टाइम जॉब्स, रेस्टोरेंट में काम करना, फास्ट फूड जॉइंट्स पे काम करना. Even those people they make more money than $30,000, right? So any decent job, उसमें मिनिमम सैलरी आपका $50,000 रहता है, कैन गो अप टिल 100K, मे बी मोर देन दैट डिपेंडिंग अपॉन हाउ मच एक्सपीरियंस यू आर ब्रिंगिंग फॉर दैट रोल. Shivang is asking any university for MS in mechanical in Germany and UK. Shivang, a lot of universities are there. Depends on your profile. As we have previously mentioned also during the counseling session also बताया होगा कि जर्मनी में अगर आपको अप्लाई करना है for mechanical engineering specifically and public research universities, if your CGPA is lower than 8, it's very difficult to get into the public research programs because public universities are free of cost. Their private universities can accommodate you even on lower CGPA. But if I talk about their public research universities, which are free of cost, you need higher CGPA for that. So, अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं इन सारी कंट्रीज में. टेक्नोलॉजिकल TUM इज दी IITs ऑफ जर्मनी. टेक्नोलॉजिकल यूनिवर्सिटी म्यूनिक, फ्रैंकफर्ट, TU के जितने कैंपस आप देखोगे वो सब टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज होती हैं मैकेनिकल के लिए. Eclean, I haven't explored it so far. Eclean is asking what will be the top 3 universities in Japan for computer science. So really have no idea about it, but I can always research and can give you the information on that, what universities would be good in Japan for computer science. So why she might be interested in asking this question is Japan has become a recent, very upcoming destination for all technological enthusiasts, and they have huge openings for coders, the coders who can talk in English. So जापान में बहुत सारे इंग्लिश कोडर्स की डिमांड आ गई है. द पीपल हु कैन टॉक इन इंग्लिश एंड आर गुड एट कोडिंग, तो वो अपने आप को टेक्नोलॉजिकली, especially when it comes to software development, all the computer science related fields, they actually want to keep themselves ahead in the race, and that's why they are inviting a lot of Indian students within Japan. So ये knowledge तो है मुझे, पर universities मुझे नहीं पता है. So I'll research it and I'll let you know about it. Ayushi, GRE for pharma courses is not required, Ayushi. I don't think any of the Canadian universities will require GRE for their pharma courses. Siddharth, industrial engineering again is a field. देखो आई में भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग plays a very important role. बल्कि मैं सजेस्ट करूंगा कि अगर if you are aiming for Canadian schools, rather go for supply chain management. It has better scope than industrial engineering. तो सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट जैसे कोर्सेज कनाडा के लिए ज्यादा टारगेट करना कंपेयर टू आई. आई का एक पार्ट होता है इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियरिंग के अंदर, वन ऑफ द कोर्सेज और स्पेशलाइजेशन इज सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट और ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट होता है. बट मैं वही बोलूंगा कि उसकी ब्रॉडर फील्ड पे चले जाओ, गो फॉर अ मेन स्ट्रीम कोर्स वर्क, यू विल फाइंड इट इजी टू गेट जॉब्स इन सप्लाई चेन विद इन कैनेडा. ज्यादा इजी है हायरिंग. Gaurav is asking, sir, does showing research work like research papers in our respective field will provide better chance? Bilkul, Gaurav. This year, we have seen a lot of students who had good research profile. On a lower GRE scores and lower academics, they were able to crack admits with students with better profiles in terms of GRE were not able to do it. Somebody who had a 325 GRE score, somebody like this year, we have a student who has cracked her admits from New York University Computer Science program, the main NYU campus, which is foreign. Uska computer science usko mila. University of Southern California, she has got through that computer science, and GRE score is 317, which is not a very exceptional score, but the student has one patent in her name and 2 research papers. So that obviously helps, because a lot of students, even with better GRE scores of 325, 328, were not able to get selected in these universities. Mansi, if it's possible, you email us your profile with your resume and we'll give you the list of universities for pharmaceutics program. So I think we can take all the questions later on. You can always reach out to us via email, or you can drop us message on the WhatsApp, and we'll try to get back to you on all the queries that you have been asking. I would like to give it to Imtiaz sir. from Avance Financials, who will help you understand how the education loan things work. So Avance is offering collateral as well as non-collateral education loans, and that is again based on your course selection and profile. So he'll be able to make you understand how this will make your classes easy. So I'll give it to Imtiaz sir. Just a moment. Yeah, Imtiaz sir. Sorry, it was a long session. You had to wait for it.
Yeah. But I think Pankaj, I personally learned a lot today, and I enjoyed your session. Let me say that to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hi, good evening, friends. I know. I think it's a long, but it's very interesting session. Okay, I'll try and keep it sharp. I will not take too much of time, so that we will touch on the relevant topic, and like you have been raising relevant questions, you can raise it to us. So quickly, I represent Avance. I head the overseas education loan function for the company, and my name is Imtiaz. Um, I have been joined with the two of my colleague, Mr. Anand Gujarati, who's a zonal sales head for West markets for us. Then we have another gentleman, Mr. Arun Shukla, who heads the MP markets for us. Okay, quickly I'll touch upon. I'm not going to share any presentation, but I will take you on a relevant details of uh, uh, the Avance proposition out here. uh, okay, why education loan? I just want to touch about maybe 30 seconds out there. Um, some of you want to kind of fund your own education. You may not want one of your family member, your parents. Probably some of you would want to be a self-sufficient. So that is when the Avance will come handy for you to be helping partner for you for funding your own education. Some of you feel that some of the courses you guys are taking could be a slightly higher on the cost. So that is where again Avance will come handy to you. Or some of you also feel that you or your parents have arranged a part of funding, but some portion still being unarranged from your end. So again, that is where the Avance can come handy to you to be a partner in your studies and pursuing your dreams for overseas education. With that, I also want to introduce Avance Financial Services to you. Um, we are new age, and we are purely education focused non-banking financial corporation with a clear mission of providing a seamless and affordable education financing for every deserving students in the country. Uh, we have been in the business for over just close to be a decade now, over 8 years, 9 years we're in the business. And we would have funded by now close to about students who is pursuing education in close to 2,500 institutes of about 10,000 plus courses in a 45 countries across the globe. So that is the kind of a forte, and that's the kind of a specialization and understanding and a deep domain knowledge which Avance uh, brings to each one of you. Um, some of you may ask me, okay, why? What is that so specific or special about Avance that we should be pursuing? Avance being a lending partner for any one of you. Uh, I would like to emphasize 4 or 5 points. To begin with, we Avance is a lender. We emphasize on students' academic background, the college he or she is going, and the courses which you are opting for, and we are able to customize some of our proposals an approach depending upon your academics, depending upon which college, which country you are choosing. So we have internal categorization to make it simpler for us to be offering suitable and a right amount of a loan amount to you. So if I have to pick up quickly a 4 or 5 points for you, that why Avance, like I said, we have a customized approach. We have loans which can be classified into a secured and unsecured. So depending upon which country, which course, your academics, your GRE scores, any of those test scores, could be a GRE, could be a TOEFL, could be IELTS. So depending on which country, which course you are opting for, we can offer you a secured or unsecured loan. And we offer like we go as up to about 40-45 lakhs of unsecured loan. Again, that depends upon your academics and course in the country and so on and so forth. So that is a pretty large sum. About 45 lakh amount is a large sum for someone who is pursuing for a higher education, where we don't ask for any collateral security. Then the second big thing that you can take away from this discussion today would be is that Avance believing in funding up to 100% of your kind of entire cost. The cost could include your tuition fees, could including your living fees, living expenses, and also could be some of your the tools which is required, your laptops and your travel and so on and so forth. So basically, you can depend on Avance for largely looking at your 100% of your education and its expenses to be the one of the key positive of Avance. Of course, we as a lender, we also specialized into a meeting your requirement in a fastest possible in timelines. If you have provided all the required documents and the process required kind of and the clarity for all of us, we have ability of approving, saying yes to your loan in flat 2 working days. You may ask me that what is big deal about it, but if some of you have an experiencing of knocking the door of some of the PSU banks, you will realize that it's a week, 2 weeks, or multiple weeks that you don't get a clarity that whether your loan is approved, it is on hold, it's rejected. So sometimes it can become a too nuisance and unclear for you that where do you stand in terms of your financial readiness for your pursuing education. So that is why we come back in a fastest possible TAT, what we call turnaround time, which is of a 2 days to come back, say yes or a no, or what more required for us to be sanctioning the loan. And we also kind of offer you a very flexible, again it depends upon which country you go, which courses you go, what is your academics and so on and so forth. We offer a multiple repayment options, which could be a part of an interest to be paid for a certain period, or it could be a part of interest which could be paid upfront, or starting your entire EMI for the loan. So those 2-3 options we clearly kind of provide to you. And last but not the least, Avance is a company, like I was mentioning in my previous segment, that we are a digitally very agile company. We believe in enhancing our proposition day in and day out. We have kind of build our capabilities in a digital manner. See, if some of us want us to be kind of reaching out to be providing your document and getting your answer till getting your say yes to the loan, you can go on a digital journey and get in a flat 2 days on a digital journey to get your loan approved from Avance. So some of those key things that which Avance which offer to you. The last thing that probably I would like to touch upon is that Avance will definitely make you more responsible in terms of your ownership for the loan. So that is one of the key benefit of you taking a loan from somebody like us. It will make you responsible. You can fund your own education. And the next big thing that probably at one point I want to highlight is that since most of you are students, you have not created your credit history. So I would like to mention some of the agencies, bureaus which offer a credit history for your future buying capacity. Somebody like a CIBIL. So if most of you go back and check your CIBIL score today, which will be -1. So avance will kind of, the moment you take your loan, your credit history start building in, and depending upon how promptly you made your payment on your loan, you'll be able to kind of and create a credit history for yourself. And you should always look for a funding your education, because it will make you confident. It'll make you a self responsible for owning your own funding. And most importantly, what it makes you is that it'll, if you have parents that who have saved their money over a period in time, they will continue to save for a future exigencies. So some of those things that I wanted to touch upon from my side in terms of what is Avance and what we do, and why should you seek for Avance. Avance is available to you digitally. You could reach out to us through our contact center for applying a loan for you, and we will serve across all the breadth and lengths of the country for offering you an education. We operate into a key 14-15 hub locations in the country, and otherwise also digital world makes you easy and accessible for us to be reaching out for us to be taking a loan from us. And we offer customized products. Our cost of loan, which is interest rate, is a very competitive. Some of we kind of position ourselves as a specialized a player who understand the country's universities and the courses which you kind of opting for. We have a very customized approach in terms of trying to understand and offer you a right product basket to you. So those are the couple of thoughts which I wanted to bring to your notice. With that, I invite my colleague Anand to just kind of maybe a 1-2 minutes download that if somebody need to apply for a loan, what is the process? Over to you, Anand. Anand, you're on a mute.
Just a moment. Yes, Anand sir.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Imtiaz boss, and thank you so much, Pankaj ji, for this opportunity. Okay, so basically, Avance, I'm taking care of the rest of Maharashtra and MP region. So I have joined this company since 7 years before. So we believe, we work on case-to-case basis, and it is all, depending on students' academic background, university profile, what collateral security you can offer, or you're looking for unsecured loan. So we have a lot of flexible options available. And we believe that, the way one shoe cannot fit to every legs, that the same way we are working, on case-to-case basis. And even the documentation part is very much simple. Pankaj ji already mentioned that we have done one case of Yura Sharma. So, in this case, actually, I would like to give you brief background about the student. Actually, the student was brilliant, but financial background was very weak. He was not having any documents. Then initial stage, actually, when the student approached us, we try to understand, because student was very good. That's why we thought we should work out something on this. And even Pankaj ji requested us if you can work out on this case. accordingly we go ahead and sanction the case, and even we disburse. So see, this is how we are different. In other PSU banks or nationalized bank, if you go, they will not work on case to case basis. So this is how the Avance is different. So thank you so much, Pankaj ji.
No, sir, thank you for giving us this opportunity. And second thing being, because of you guys, a lot of students who are facing such financial difficulty, they are able to achieve their dreams right now. They are
Right.
working with best of the companies, and they were coming from background where parents earning was not even 4 lakhs a year, 5 lakhs a year. And for them, it used to be because I remember my time in 2010, none of the banks were ready to give you 40, 50 lakhs of education loan. If you do not have any collateral, none of these banks would be ready to take your loan. So you guys have actually eased out the entire process. You have actually helped a lot of students who had potential in them. And because jobs are secured over there, they are able to pay back all the loans. So you guys made it possible. Otherwise, a lot of these students, I actually, there are a lot of success stories, which I'll tell you later on, where students were coming from financially very deprived background, and Avance has actually helped them secure those loans, get into the top US universities, and those students are working in very good companies now. So it's all because of your help. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Imtiaz, sir.
Okay, I think Pankaj, that's a great word, because the what we call VOC, word of customer, is most important. I can go on keep telling kind of what are the positives and what are the USPs Avance has, but the word coming from you, Pankaj, I'm sure a lot of students keep writing to us that how we have able to meet their requirement, how we're able to help them in the time of a need.
Right.
Um, See, I see a lot of youngsters out here. I have a word of maybe unsolicited, but I want to give a word of advice to all my friends out here. Uh, my humble request to you is that as you are serious about in terms of your preparation, in terms of perceiving which country, which course, what career I have to choose, uh, which courses I need to take up. So my humble request to each one of you, spend good amount of a time understanding that who are the people that who can fund you and finance you, and be ready with that in advance. And we do it. So you may not be very clear today, or you may not be clear in next maybe 30-60 days. You can reach out to us and apply for a loan and see that is your loan getting through with us, and we offer that facility to each one of you. So reach out to our teams and provide the required documents, take the sanction and keep it ready, and you could be ready to take that course in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And once you're ready to finally to go take a kind of fly out of the country, get your visas and get your I-20s and so on and so forth, you just need to come back and just tell, maybe at 1 day, 2 days time, our team can disburse that amount immediately.
Right.
So do not take finance as a very, very easy and a casually, because of money or a finance, your dreams can get shattered. I'm sorry, I'm using the word, very strong word, but I have been witnessing, we deal with a lot of students towards the end. I said, sir, mera flight agle 48 hours mein hai, mera abhi I got my visa approved, but my fees is still not been paid. And unfortunately, we have to go all the way possible to all deserving students to give a loan. But there are times that we've also said no, because unfortunately we also operate into a lot of boundaries and limitations of a risk and requirements. So वहां पे हमको शायद कस्टमर को ना बोलना पड़ता है, तो बहुत बुरा लगता है. So please do not take finance as your easy option. So please reach out to us, get your loan sanctioned. It doesn't cost you much. Okay, my team can help you. So get it sanctioned, get it approved. So as when you need it, and we'll be ready to give that loan or disburse that loan whenever you want.
So that's what we recommend to all students also, sir, that when they are applying for education loans, they should always put one application to Avance, because that has happened in past, that students had their loan sanctioned from the other banks, and within the last moment something happened, the banks canceled their loans. Correct. Or something came up, and that's when Avance has come for rescue. So second thing which I really liked about Avance and why we have such a strong relationship with you guys is you have made the process really easy, not just because of that collateral fee thing, because of all the people who are involved in the process. Like Arun sir is taking care of the entire operations over here. He makes the operation so smooth and all students feel so confident just by talking to him, and he gives them such a comfort. It takes the pain out of the process. Otherwise, seeking loans within Indian banks, it's all about paperwork, documents. You have missed this, you have missed that. So students, they actually get troubled in such a process, and I've seen that students, despite getting lower interest rate in any other bank, they've actually chosen Avance deliberately for the simple reason the process was smooth. A lot
Yes.
of people, they do not want to get into the hassles and pain of taking it from other banks with so and so documents, and that's one of the reasons where Avance has been coming into picture.
Perfectly, Pankajji, you're right. We are happy to associate you as a partner. We're happy to assist any of the students and their relatives, the family members. So Avance, like I said, it is a very, very specialized. We focus on only on education finance company. So we are a very, very specialized. So all our people are thinking or planning or processes or technology support. So we keep thinking about education loan as the only product. So we are not into a mortgage business. We are not into a personal loan business. We are into truck financing business. So Avance is a specialized company which work only giving education loan and making affordable to reserving customers. So with that, me and Anand have any questions ready to take. We don't see questions. I think our kind of a download to each one of you is very clear. So we're available to each one of you and happy to help for your lending partner.
One just last piece of advice I would like to give it to students: try to score good on your GRE, and that's where all your troubles will go. Ensuring good score on GRE ensures good university admits, and once you have good university admits, loans are easy to come. So this is your first step to get a good score, and that's how you'll solve your other problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely right, sir.
Any questions you guys would like to ask? Anything? So maybe within the session, you were not able to ask the questions, or maybe we're not able to cover that. You can always email us those questions. I provided you the email in the chat box. And even for Avance Financial, Arun sir is the local representative who is there, who takes care of the entire operations within Madhya Pradesh. He'll be in touch with you guys for any kind of queries. I can provide you his number anytime. So for any questions, because now is the time to think about your financials, because you'll be requiring your parents' ITR and few other documents. So if there is a heads up in the process, it's always good to be prepared, and you'll have those documents ready by the time you'd like to apply for your loan process, right? So with that, I think we have answered all the queries, sir. Imtiaz sir and Gujarati sir, thank you so much for attending the session, being part of it, and sharing your valuable advices with the student. I hope this will all be very instrumental in their decision making, right, sir? Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being part of it, and thank you to all students for coming for this session. If you have any queries which we are not able to answer, please email us about it. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
and all the best and good evening. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Pankajji. Bye.